Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to interview Dr. Martha Parham, the Senior Vice President of Public Relations at the American Association of Community Colleges. Dr. Parham is here to explain the many benefits of community colleges. Dr. Parham, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Great. So I think we should just start off with the big question on top of everyone's mind watching this video. So when I ask you about the benefits of community colleges, what comes to mind? What are the first things you think of?
Well, I think local, generally speaking, there's a community college in your neighborhood. Certainly price comes to mind. The cost of community colleges is about a third of what it costs to attend an in-state university. So saving money is certainly a good benefit. And then finally, I think community colleges are a great springboard for the first 2 years of a bachelor's degree. So if a bachelor's degree is what you're looking for, then that's a great way to get it and save some money in the process. And finally, community colleges also provide not just the first 2 years of a bachelor's degree or an associate degree, but they also provide career training and classes like welding and culinary arts and classes, so that if you don't want to take a traditional college pathway, it provides thousands of other options for you as you look to create your own career.
Great. So we'll get into a couple of things you touched on there a little bit later in this interview, but something that I've read also is that community colleges can put you in a more intimate setting because of smaller class sizes. Is that something that you find to be true, or?
Absolutely, but just like the four-year universities, it can be true at some colleges and not others. Certainly we have very large community colleges. If you look at Miami-Dade or Lone Star, some of them may have the larger classrooms and larger classes, but for the most part, yes, you can get a more intimate setting. You can get to know your teachers and professors. And the professors, it's been my experience that a lot of teachers that are at the community college also teach at the university. So you're getting great instructors, you're getting an accredited education, and in many cases, like you said, in that smaller environment.
Awesome. So there's the common narrative that community colleges won't, compared to four-year schools, won't set you up for a successful or lucrative career. What do you kind of say to that?
I say you should talk to George Lucas, maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger, some of our community college alumni that can beg to differ with that. Community colleges are a great way to set your path, and if you are looking to advance your career, in many cases you can get your first 2 years done, you can save a lot of money, already setting yourself up for better financial success. So I think that community colleges have been this launching place for thousands and thousands of very successful people. So
Great. So you did touch on this a little bit earlier, but I kind of want to break it down a little bit more. So say a student does want to use community college as a springboard into a four-year institution. Is there anything that student should be aware of before making that decision? I know there have been concerns about credits transferring and stuff like that in the past.
yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head. It's all about transfer if that's your goal. So if your goal is to transfer to a four-year university, my recommendation would be to make sure that you have the requirements from that four-year university and that you back into what classes you would need to take at the community college and make sure they're transferable. Community colleges have a lot of resources to help students do this. In many cases, depending on what state you're in California, for example, there are very clearly articulated pathways to that four-year university. So many colleges have what they call articulation agreements with four-year universities. So really go to your counselor or your academic advisor at the community college and make sure that the classes and the pathway that you're taking will transfer to that program that you're really looking to go to for your bachelor's degree.
Great. So just kind of to wrap things up, can you kind of speak to the benefits of choosing to take that path? Is it advisable for some specific students more so than others? Is it a good idea for students who maybe don't know what they want to do immediately, what they want to major in, to maybe go to a two-year institution like a community college beforehand?
If you're not quite sure what you want to major in and not quite sure what university you want to go to, it's a great way to use your time wisely. So we know this. We know that students that stop out, so say students that decide to take a gap year or don't want to go to college, a lot of them never come back. And so it's a great way to take a few classes, figure out what you're interested in, and then get on that pathway. You can do it at, again, the third of the price of a regular in-state four-year university, and really figure out where you want to go. You can still live at home or live someplace that's close to home. You can get your feet wet, so to speak. So you have some options at the community college. And maybe you choose one of those career pathways that will lead you straight into the world of work. And a lot of those can now transfer to degree seeking possibilities as well. So I think the community colleges provide so many options. It can be a little overwhelming, but if it's something that you're willing to go talk to your counselor and really check out what they have to offer, there are a lot of resources to help you get to where you want to go.
Great. Well, that does it for us here today. So thank you very much, Dr. Parham, for joining us.
Thank you, and enroll in your local community college.
Great. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want more interviews like this, please subscribe. Have a great day, everyone.